Hello, Cancers. So let's get to your Libra season reading. So I do have a Libra card out here for this reading. We know that Libra is all about coming into balance, really seeing what is coming due from this year for you guys, this astrological year. What seeds have you planted this year that you're now starting to see the results of? Okay, this could be in relationships. This could be in connection to your job. This could be in things that you've been working on for self-care and your own inner wisdom and your own work. But what is this bringing into balance? What's coming due for you this month? All right, we'll see what other energy you're working in with another, karma card. And we'll go from there. Okay, so you're getting Pisces, Cancer. So I feel like this might be maybe an emotional season, Libra season for you guys, okay? So Pisces, we know, is all about really trusting in your intuition, really trusting in your divine knowing, letting your emotions be that GPS, like really letting your third eye open up. This is about seeing the signs this month and following the signs, all right? This is going to be really important for you guys. And it's, when we're using that Pisces archetype of energy, we want to be including our intuition in all of our decisions, okay? We want to invite spirit to participate in our decisions. And, not letting, like Pisces is like a real idealistic type of an archetype, right? When we're looking through the lens of a Pisces, we're seeing what could be. We're seeing the dream, we're seeing the beauty, we're seeing the optimism, we're seeing the idea of what would be perfect. So really allow yourself this season, Cancer, to use that. And you are getting a new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off, all right? So that is awesome. This means that things that you have been putting effort into, areas of your life that you have been striving towards to have improvement and see something good come about, it's happening right now, okay? So trust yourself, right? When we're working with Pisces and Capricorn, wow, that's like a dream team of intuitive wisdom and like amazing achievement energy, right? Because Capricorn is so awesome for staying focused and for really like achieving goals. Capricorn has amazing abilities to just see things very clearly. They remind me of like the swords energy and the tarot with like real good clarity of mind, really awesome strength of mind, integrity. That's my son waving hello. And with this new moon energy, to me, this is a season where, listen, stay focused on your goals and go for it. I am feeling like, and I don't know which sign, it could have been Scorpio, that I did almost, like this is how the cards came out with Pisces and Capricorn. I could be wrong, but this is very reminiscent of somebody else's season. So depending on if you're a Cancer, sun, moon, or rising, like I'm curious if any of you had the other reading that seems so very similar. But really working with awesome energy about moving forward into your goals from a place of true, like self, like feel confident in what you're doing. So we're getting the Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Beautiful, beautiful card from your guides coming through. This is about you singing your song. What does that mean? Using your voice, saying what you need to say. You are serving the world somehow, Cancer. There is something very important that when you are authentic to yourself, you are helping the world. You are helping the people around you. You are shifting vibration. You are lighting things up. We know that Cancer is a beautifully loving, nurturing energy. You need to not quiet your voice. Don't doubt yourself right now. If there has been a project that, you haven't wanted to go public with because you're not sure if it'll be successful or you're not sure if you really want to do it, like this would be a validation. If there's been something that you've been mulling over, something that you've been thinking about saying, doing, maybe it's going public on social media somehow or online, whatever it is for you, do it, because this is really important. This card is really saying that what you bring to the table, the energy that you bring onto this planet when you're living in alignment with yourself, it's deeply wise and it's incredibly necessary right now. So really think about that. And then you're getting Star Family. Yeah, you're a part of a team of souls. Call and support. Beautiful. So If there are anything going on in your life that feels overwhelming, remember that you're not doing this alone. You're not here living this life in isolation. You have a team of higher ascended masters. You have your guardian angels. You have all your loved ones in spirit that have the whole big perspective of things. Like, call on them. Meditate, pray, journal, whatever does it for you. Intentionally open yourself up to receive their guidance and their wisdom in all areas of your life, most especially in any areas that are really causing you any stress or doubt, okay? So if you're unsure of how to proceed with a certain area of your life or a decision to make, you're being told, call in support, okay? And if something feels overwhelming, like let's say you can feel the mission on your heart. Let's say you kind of feel a sense of responsibility in some way, and you feel like, gee, am I even capable of doing this? Like, maybe you're feeling pressured. Call in support, okay? Really ask for help. Ask for the signs. Ask for the wisdom. Ask for and don't forget, the support's already on this planet as well in terms of the like-minded people that are here just like you. So what is near and dear to your heart, whatever that is. Now, I'm going to guess that a lot of you that are watching this has something to do with your spirituality and your service on this planet as a starseed, because that's just the vibe that I'm getting. And I'm guessing that maybe some of you might be feeling overwhelmed by the fact that the world is in chaos and that you feel things deeply. That Pisces energy can be very empathic and very, very deep feeling. So if you're almost like just really, that 2020 energy is wearing you down, being told to call in for support and to trust that you're here to share your song, like Spirit is saying, listen, yeah, things are crazy. Life isn't always easy. Maybe for you personally, life isn't easy. Maybe, you've had things going on that have been really overwhelming for you, but you are definitely being told, like, this is all part, like, you can be assured this is a part of your journey for a really important reason. And you can trust that you are being supported and that you are being guided and that things are going to work out and everything really is going to be okay. Now, we're coming up with the tarot. We do have this reversed Two of Swords here. Okay. So there's obviously a decision to be made that might not be a really easy decision for you to make. We have the Eight of Cups coming up reversed. So an ending here that needs to be addressed that maybe you're hesitant to let go of, something that you're not quite ready to release, but yet we have the Nine of Pentacles coming up, showing that there is great abundance and success here for you. And again, Six of Wands coming up reversed. There is something that you're holding back on, I think, because that Six of Wands should be victory. That should be like celebration. And then we have the Knight of Wands moving forward with that creative, beautiful energy. But again, coming up at the end with the Justice reversed. Okay, so we're going to dive into each of these and talk about what message these cards are bringing. Now, there's something going on that is an imbalance for you guys because of, we have this Justice reversed. There is some reflection that needs to happen here, okay? I think there's some shadow work that needs to be done this month because I think that, when we have the Two of Swords, this is really about intuitively deciding. This is really about trusting in your gut instinct. We have the stressors, we have the decisions that are difficult, we have those tough moments that show up in all of our lives, right? And that's what the Two of Swords represents, but it's like, I kind of feel like you don't really want to make the decision, and maybe the decision, if it involves leaving someone or leaving something behind, because with this Eight of Cups coming up, if we look at these right side up, it's like, okay, well, we have a decision to be made. What are we leaving behind, or who are we leaving behind? And this might hurt, okay? This might be some type of a loss. Maybe it's a loss of comfort, a loss of a person in your life, a loss of a chapter in your life. You have to close the book. You have to close a chapter, start a new one. I feel like there is abundance ahead of you, that their spirit is saying, hey, listen, like everything is going to be okay. You are here to create. You are here to move forward and be more of yourself. Okay. And there's joy. There is progress. There's reward coming in. But yet I think there's worry on your part. I think that there's like hesitation here of what is up ahead, and maybe some like grasping and holding on to what has been familiar for you. Because I just have this sense that there are parts of yourself or aspects of your life that you might hesitate to look really deeply and look really closely, but it's almost like confronting you right now, where you kind of have to just see it for what it is, right? Like this reflection is, you know, this powerful vision of her kind of like saying, like in your face, like, listen, I need attention. We need to talk. We need to kind of get to the bottom of what are the fears that are holding you back? What are the insecurities? What are the moments on your journey that have created this nervousness about you stepping in to something new? Because I do think that it's time for you to create and to move forward with something on your heart, something that you really want, whether this is a goal or a relationship. This is an aspect of you that is going to be really important for your journey. But I think that you're being held back right now by emotions that you might not want to feel. Okay. I think there's some fear here. I think there's some hesitancy, but remember that with that new moon and Capricorn card coming up, like, first of all, you're supposed to move forward, and all of the work that you've done up to this point has prepared you for this. Okay. Like you're not a beginner in whatever this is. This is what you've been working for. I think this transitional moment in your life, this stepping into something new, is exactly what you've wanted for yourself. Yet I think that there's maybe a fear of not being successful, a fear of being lonely, of losing something. I think there's just some concerns that you have, and it's causing you to not maybe fully commit to a decision. Okay. So let's get some more information. Truth transcends illusion. Yes. Yeah. So you're definitely being comforted right now in terms of how you're feeling. Okay. So you're getting the dragonfly spirit, master number 22, that truth transcends illusion. Feel into it. Okay. Whatever this decision is, you need to feel it in your heart. What choice you make here has to be an intuitively felt choice. This is not something that we can logic our way through. It's not something that if you put it on paper, it's going to look really good on paper. This is something that you're going to feel in your gut, in your heart and soul, of what is right for you. Okay. This is a total heart chakra card right here. This is about your heart chakra, and even with that blue dragonfly, that third eye, and that throat chakra coming through. Okay. So this is really about connecting with what feels right for you. So we have the mouse spirit, tend to the small things, number 40. This is the details of life. So what is it that needs your attention? Okay, because the 8 of Cups is leaving something behind. So if we're not quite ready to leave something behind, if there's some loose ends, some things that are not closed up yet, Spirit is saying here that you need to pay attention to the details and tend to the small things. In order for you to be able to leave behind the chapter that is closed, the energy that is done, that's played out its course in your life, you have to tie things up and have closure. So what details do you need to pay attention to right now that need your attention? Okay. In terms of, like, maybe it is a conversation that has to happen with someone. Okay. If you're walking away from someone, this could be a conversation. This could be even as the minutia of, like, you know, deciding, okay, well, you get to keep that and I'm going to keep this, and who's going to get to, you know, we'll share the dog every other weekend. Like making those kinds of decisions, you know, tending to pay your bills, you know, organize your stuff. Like these are the details of life that affect our energy. Okay. So tending to the small things, if we want to move forward, we have to be paying attention to the details of being a human being in this life. Like our head might be in the clouds. Our heart might be passionately wanting to create something, but yet we can't leave our energy connected to things in our past that are no longer able to be brought with us into our future. So this means we have to end it. We have to have closure. So think about what that means for you. Like, what is requiring closure for you right now that's actually preventing you from going forward? Like, what needs your attention? What details in your life need to be addressed right now? Now, with your 9 of Pentacles, you're getting the number 47, Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely, which I love how that comes up here with the 9 of Pentacles, because let me tell you, if you're at the 9 of Pentacles, you've been using your mind wisely, because she has manifested this abundance in her life. She's put in the work, right? Like a 9, you've put in the work. And we know that, right? Because we have this Capricorn card coming up saying your hard work is paying off. So you've done the stuff. You've made the decisions. You've learned. You've built. You've created. Maybe you've really seriously had to work your butt off to get to the 9 of Pentacles. And you're getting use your mind wisely. So with what you have right now, with where you're at right now, make good choices. Okay, so moving forward, you want to make sure that you are not wasting your money, not wasting your resources, not taking them for granted, like really having a plan, really deciding what are you going to do with all the skills that you have? Because this Pentacles, while this could be money and finances and material things, this could also be your skills, your knowledge, your wisdom. Like you have accumulated growth here, Cancers. Like you are definitely in a place where you've been on this road. And at this point, Spirit's like, where do you want to head? Because pigs can fly. There are no limits, but like you need to decide where you're heading and then be intentional with it. And not, like really think about what are your priorities, not going on a shopping spree necessarily if you have some money, but being really conscious of how you're using your money. And conscious of how you're using your energy as well. All right. Who and what you're giving your attention to. So with this reversed 6 of Wands, so maybe this is part of the problem because we're getting the number 16, Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. What has made you feel potentially like you have failed or haven't achieved the goal that you've wanted to achieve? Spirit is saying to you, do not let this trip you up. Do not let this instill any level of self-doubt in you. Everything happens in divine timing. A divine detour is like literally Spirit saying, not yet. We have a little bit more work to do before that door opens for you. And you need to trust it because we don't want doors opening before we're ready, because then we're never going to be able to fully step through and embrace and enjoy and be present for what that door offers. Okay. So let's say this door, this success, this victory, this win, this achievement, this mission accomplished, celebratory moment for you is not quite here. Well, why are we being held back? What do we need to do? What is the divine detour forcing us to attend to? What do we still need to learn? What are we still working through? And I have a feeling that it has something to do with the small things that our little mouse friend has brought to our attention. Well, what are the small things that you need to attend to, okay? Because Spirit's saying, hey, listen, get this taken care of. Figure out the details of your life. Really get clear on what matters to you, what your priorities are, and then take action on it, okay? Follow through with what are the things on your to-do list each day. Do the work, because then that is what is going to enable you to release that old energy, right? And have that 8 of Cups be done so that this can be right side up. And it's like, okay, I've arrived. I'm here. Woohoo. Okay. You get it? So there's something that still isn't quite over yet, Cancer, that still needs your attention this month. Okay. And I'm going to bring it back to this truth transcends illusion. You have to feel into your heart, soul, and mind. What does this mean for you? What is the truth of what you need to be thinking about and focusing on right now, okay? Now, this Knight of Wands, this beautiful creative energy, is coming up with the Vulture Spirit, number 63. Nothing is ever wasted. There's no wasted effort. There is no, wasted attempts at growing yourself, trying something, going for a goal, but not necessarily reaching it, right? Maybe, there are things that we perceive as failures, but the truth is nothing is a failure because everything is a lesson. Everything gives us information. It feeds us what's right for us, what's wrong for us, what resonates with us, which doesn't resonate with us. So Let's say you've been holding back because you think to yourself, it's never going to go anywhere. Like if I try this out, what if I'm not successful? What if what if I'm not really good at it? What if I waste my time? What if I waste my money? What if I embarrass myself? No, Spirit's like, There's nothing you could ever do that's wasted time or that's going to mess up your soul's journey. Because I don't care what the world tells us. Age means nothing. Your soul came here to experience things. So don't hold yourself back out of fear of not being good enough or not being successful. Because first of all, there's just so much inside of you that needs to come out that the world needs, right? You're being told you need to sing your song. There is no wasted time. Don't look at your past. Let's say you're like, oh my gosh, I'm finally doing what's been on my heart to do, but I should have done it 20 years ago. Well, if that's the case, again, Spirit is saying, nope, those 20 years are not wasted because you had work to do. You have to trust in the way things unfold. You have to trust in the timing of how things show up in your life, okay? And how things progress. And don't beat yourself up about it. Remember, whatever this is for you, if you're not even sure, if you're like, I don't know what my small things are that I need to tend to. I don't even know how to get myself from here to there. I know how I want to feel, but I don't necessarily know what my song is. I don't really know what to do. Then again, you're going to be calling in reinforcement. Now with this Justice reversed, what's interesting to me is that Justice, when it comes up right side up, is always a card of things coming into balance. Okay, what a perfect card for Libra season. But yet yours is like not quite balanced yet. Okay, there's some work that needs to be done. And you're getting number 26, Flamingo Spirit. Embrace the in-between. And it's funny because I actually thought about this card before I even pulled these animal cards. I had thought about this card because, like I said, I'm getting this vibe that you are in between the old and the new, but you're not quite in the new yet because you still have a little bit more work to do. You still have some energy that needs to be cleared. So embracing the in-between, when this comes up with Justice, guys, this is for you to understand, listen, things are going to work out. You will be exactly where you want to be. You are on the right path. Things are working out. You're being guided, you're being helped. All of your hard work will most definitely be rewarded. You don't have to fear that. But in the meantime, see this reflection? She needs your attention, okay? What is she bringing to your attention? She's a little bit of the darkness. And when I say darkness, I mean that moon energy, that energy of not necessarily seeing clearly. So we need to feel, we need to intuit the message that she's bringing. What in ourselves needs some love? What do we need to shine some light on within ourselves right now, Cancer? Because that light that we shine, whatever that is that we're kind of avoiding, maybe we're like kind of just shoving the thoughts as they come away because they're hard to deal with. Like, this is all about feeling in to what still needs some healing, okay? Because there's something that still needs healing. Now, I am a Cancer rising, so this is like, I'm very like intrigued by this reading right now because I feel like Spirit is laughing at me going, we've been telling you this and you know this, and you're still avoiding it. And when you stop avoiding it, that's when things open up. And I know that to be true because it's how I live my life. So, sometimes I think the readings are humorous because they're like, stop harping on your insecurities and your fears. Do the work. Stop holding back out of fear of anything. And just embrace who you are. And everything is exactly as it should be. And the good stuff is totally up ahead. The best is yet to come. So face anything that you avoid, any things in your life that you're like, oh, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with that today. And then you do that every day. That's what I do. Don't do that. It's not good for us. Okay, beautiful. Oh my gosh, we're getting like the best cards. Okay. So we're getting a burst of magic, number 48, coming in with that dragonfly spirit, that truth transcends illusion. We are going to see the truth in things. Okay. Here's the fun part. Whatever this is, whatever this Two of Swords is, where you're like, I don't know what decision to make. I can't figure out, is this person being honest with me? Is this relationship good for me? Is this the right move that I should make. I don't know. I'm like torn up. I don't know what to decide. There's something that's going to come through. Spirit is totally, your star family is totally going to be coming through with that clarity of mind, okay, with that insight. You're going to see things, even though right now it might feel a little bit confusing and you can't really see the way ahead. You're definitely going to be seeing it. That divine wisdom is coming through. Spirit is giving you what you need. It's going to be an aha moment. It's going to be that drop of divine wisdom where suddenly you're like, okay, no doubt in my mind, now I see things for what they are. I see that person for who they are. I understand why they said or did what they did. I see why that situation had to align the way that it did. Like there's going to be, whatever that Two of Swords is, that confusion that is existing on some level within each of us. Whatever that has to do with, there's definitely going to be clarity coming in, and it's going to really open things up, because the minute we become clear on that is when the energy is going to start to flow again, okay, in a new direction. Now we're getting this 10 to the small things, awakening genius. I love this card. This is like just one of the most beautiful cards. We have got to let go of whatever is holding us back in terms of the mundane parts of life that we're not releasing, because this Eight of Cups, like there are parts of us that are going to be growing in leaps and bounds. Awakening genius is like letting your soul incorporate more of your body, like your higher self come through, speak through your words and your actions. This is an increase in vibration. This is like an attunement right here. This is a tapping into a power that we have not yet tapped into in each of ourselves individually. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy. So the thing about it coming up with that Eight of Cups is like, listen, when we walk away from the thoughts, the situations, the relationships, the worries, the sadnesses, when we walk away from whatever this is in our life that has served its purpose, this season is done. There's something really new and beautiful coming through for us. But this situation here, this Eight of Cups that might have hurt us, might have caused us pain, let us down, disappointed us, betrayed us, you know, whatever this energy is for you guys, because the Eight of Cups there's an element of sadness here. Notice she's walking off to a new dawn, awakening genius. There is something beautiful that was taught for each one of us through whatever this situation is. Whatever we're saying goodbye to this season, Libra season into Scorpio season, whatever we are walking away from, understand it's because we have to grow. That season, that thing, that person, that relationship, whatever it is, that is behind us for a reason. There's so much more of us that needs to expand, and it's time. Okay, so just don't doubt it. So tend to the small things, figure out what steps do you need to take to be able to release this past, you know, this ending, because there's something really, really beautiful ahead. Couldn't get better cards here, guys. With the Nine of Pentacles, use your mind wisely. Seeing beyond. Okay, yeah, like what are we creating, guys? Because seeing beyond, notice her beautiful third eye opened up. This is like an intense energy of planning, of like, okay, what do I want to create? Creating something out of nothing. Just because it isn't physically in the 3D world yet doesn't mean it's not going to be, and we all know that, right? Everything starts in our mind. It starts in our imagination. So when we're using our mind wisely, you know what I really love about this? Ready? Let's just think about it. You know, we have that idiom, when pigs fly, saying like when somebody feels like something is impossible. But what I love is like, by the way, there's no limits. So yeah, pigs can fly. Spirit says so. If Spirit wants to make a pig fly, they can. I mean, I've never seen it, but I don't doubt that it could possibly happen, okay? But this is the kind of energy we're working with, of like, look at how far you've come. Look at where you are. Look at who you are. Feel what's on your heart. What is it that you want for yourself? What do you want to create in your life? And understand that you totally have the ability to manifest and create whatever this is for yourself. Whatever this joy, this money, this passion, this success, this part of you that's out in the world, you are totally on track to create that. And do not let any limitations mess you up, okay? So no limitations like, well, it's impossible for pigs to fly. No. Spirit, there's nothing impossible for Spirit, okay? So whatever it is that you're, you know, we're going to use the pigs flying as a metaphor. Whatever you think might be impossible for you, that is like that big dream that you think, oh, when am I ever going to get there? Is it even possible for me? I don't know. Spirit is saying, heck Yes, stay focused on it. It is absolutely 100% possible and meant for you, or it wouldn't be on your heart. Okay, with our Six of Wands reversed, trusting in divine detours, and we have that coyote spirit, and we're getting smoke and mirrors. Whatever has not worked out for you, whatever this, and I have a feeling it has to do with this ending, okay, this Eight of Cups. I think there's just been a really big disappointing turnout for you. Something has not been what you thought it was going to be. That's my guess. I feel like there's something that has just confused you. It has ended and you're like, it wasn't supposed to end. This is not how it was supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be feeling like this, and this is keeping you stuck. Smoke and mirrors. What's interesting is we're getting this idea of there's some like deceiving happening. There's like a deceiving energy. There's something that is a distraction from the truth, okay? We have a lot coming through here for you guys about truth transcending illusion. And we have this smoke and mirrors indicating to me that somebody might be lying to you or has been lying to you and has been fake to you. And then P.S., you're ending, and I haven't even gotten to it yet, with a tall tale. So there's definitely some type of a lie involved in your life right now. There's some type of deceiving energy around you. And if this deceiving energy has changed the trajectory of how you thought things were supposed to be, you're going to have to just trust it and say goodbye to it, okay? You don't want this type of toxic energy around you. It's going to mess with your energy. It's going to hinder you. You are meant for greatness. You are meant to be happy. You are meant to be, you know, having all what your heart desires. But I think there is an element in your life right now that's BS, okay? There's someone or a situation that does not have your best interest in mind. There's some type of a cover-up happening. And I think that's why the Six of Wands is reversed. Like, I don't understand. I've done all this work. I've shown up. I've been authentic. I've been myself. I'm like giving it my best effort. And yet I'm still at this moment where this thing that I put so much effort into just isn't working out. And I think that that's really hard to fathom because I think you're confused by it. Like, I think you don't have all the answers. I don't think you have all the information. So I think it's important that you understand that you're going to get all the information and all the answers. Now, with this Knight of Wands, this movement forward, this creative movement forward, okay, and this nothing is wasted vulture, like Spirit saying, you didn't waste your time, you didn't waste your effort, everything grows you and serves you. You're then getting number 5, body and soul. So there is definitely some healing that has to happen for your heart, understanding that this situation that might have broken your heart, disappointed you, let you down, ended in the way that it was not supposed to be ending. It's happened for a reason, and now it's time to heal. Okay, this body and soul is about bringing rest to your body, rest to your mind, peace to your heart. I think that because it's coming up with the Knight of Wands, I think that this creative energy, this movement forward and creating what's authentic to you and really living more in your truth, I think this is going to be part of how you heal. I think you being true to yourself is really, really important right now because I think you're wrestling with feelings like that you did waste your time and that you are, you know, if you could have things end differently, you would, because like, oh my gosh, I gave so much of myself to this person or to this situation, and I can't believe like this is how it's ended. I'm not ready for it to end, right? But Spirit is saying like, listen, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. So now you need to work on how can you, feel more peaceful about this? How do you accept this? Invite Spirit's energy in, invite grace in. Notice you have another dragonfly showing up with this one and another lotus flower. Like you guys have, like, look at all these dragonflies and lotus flowers here in your reading. This is important because this is insight and this is wisdom and growth. And that's what this situation has done for you, has really allowed you to grow. And although you wouldn't have chosen it, remember, I mean, that's just kind of the way it works, is that we don't choose. We don't consciously in this lifetime choose. Before we incarnated, we chose what we were going to go through. But right now, we're like, this really? And it's not really happy, right? But yet, there's always a reason. There's always, our highest good is always in motion, okay? Now, with this this justice reverse, like things are not in balance yet. You're in the in-between. You're getting a tall tale coming through. This is telling me that justice will be served, and that person or that situation that has not been true to you, that has told you lies, that has used words to manipulate you, that has caused you confusion, that has caused you to not be sure of how to, kind of find your footing, that is going to be revealed. That justice is coming. That light will be shining. Karma is playing a role here, okay? So if somebody has hurt you, understand spirits got it. It is noted, it has been observed, it has been recorded, and you can rest assured that it will be addressed and taken care of. But I think right now it's hard for you maybe because you are struggling to find the piece of that, of understanding like, well, who is the deceiver here? Or what are they deceiving me about? What's the lie? Like, you might not even know. So for this Libra season, I'm going to say to really kind of make this be your image. Make this be you. Take this beautiful image of this card, Seeing Beyond. Have your prayer and your mantra be the opening up of your third eye. I am open to receiving all of the wisdom, truth, and clarity that is needed in my life right now. I am open to receiving all the wisdom, truth, and clarity that is needed in my life right now. And just see what starts to be revealed to you, because it's destined to be revealed. Like I said, justice is going to be served. Whoever it is that has done you dirty, they are going to... It's going to be resolved. It's going to be addressed somehow, okay? You are going to feel better at some point. But I think there's just an energy here of underhandedness in your life that's really keeping you kind of stuck, confused, clinging to an old version of things, when now it's really time to let go and move forward. Very interesting. So, And remember, we have that Star Family card. Call in support. Ask your guides to show you. Maybe in your dreams, in signs, synchronicities, numbers, symbols, like what is it that you need to know? What is the truth that needs to be illuminated right now that can help you release the old so that you can step forward into the new? So 2 messages from your fairies are... business venture. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So go for it, okay? So whatever it is that you have been thinking about in terms of sharing your song, remember, sharing your song, using your voice, creating what it is that you want to create. Green light, go. It is time for you to step into your power of service in whatever way. This is something that's going to bring you money. This is something that's going to allow you independence, growth, beautiful abundance of receiving as well as giving and serving. It's a beautiful balance, and you're getting the healer card coming up. And like I said in the beginning, I think you guys are starseeds. I'm getting a vibe that the service that you're meant to be doing is for the good of humanity. It is, you're a light worker. I'm pretty sure those of you listening to this are. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. So this is about you being a healer and you receiving healing. This is your family, your star family coming in and helping you, helping your heart, illuminating what needs to be shown to you right now. This is about you doing the same for others. You are a beautiful, cherished being, and you don't deserve anybody to be dishonest to you or to play you or to manipulate you. So whatever this situation needs to be behind you, because you have big things to pursue. You have a big purpose to serve, and anything that has to do with deceit and lies, like, you're done. Remove that energy from your life. Trust that at some point you're going to understand more about it, that things are going to show up. You're just going to see things from a perspective of truth. But this is, you are meant to not be tortured by this anymore. There are just parts of you that need to move forward because your voice needs to be heard. Your heart needs to sing. Your Your energy needs to expand and grow, and that only happens when we recognize how amazing and precious we really are and how needed we really are. Remember, you have this awakening genius. The best is yet to come, guys. It's only up from here. So tie up your loose ends. Take care of the stuff that needs to be taken care of, and really spend time visualizing what is it that you want. Release that toxicity that is somewhere lurking around you. And I've just asked for two archetypes that'll serve you. And wouldn't you know it, you have Goddess being one of them, fantastic, and Healer being the other. I mean, yeah, you are a healer. You are receiving the healing and you are giving the healing. So we'll start with the Goddess, though. This light attribute of the Goddess, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Be in your body. Be connected to you in this body, in this lifetime, on this earth. Be connected to your sensuality, to your creative spark. Connect with yourself. Enjoy the physical pleasures that life has to offer. Wear the clothes that make you feel good. Eat the food that makes you feel good. Like, really physically be present to pleasure, okay? And trust that that you have a wisdom inside of you that can guide you. You don't need anybody else to validate you. You don't need anybody else. You know, if you have been betrayed in some way, like in a relationship, this is Spirit's way of saying, listen, don't let that mess with your head. You are a goddess. You are a beautiful, divine, feminine creator. If you are a man, this is, male or female, doesn't matter, because we all can operate with these archetypes. The goddess archetype is about creation. All right. It is about nurturing yourself, nurturing your art, nurturing what you want to create. Okay. This is really important. Love yourself. Don't have self-doubt, okay? Don't spend any time up in your head doubting yourself, because whatever this deceit that you've experienced is, that's the other person's problem, not yours. Now, Healer, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help and transform pain into healing. Green light, go. If you have been wanting to start a healing practice or be trained in the healing arts, like, definite validation right here. What's really interesting to me is that we also have this body and soul card coming up, and this is about healing the mind, body, and soul, right? And we have this Knight of Wands coming up with that. So I almost feel like, what you're looking to pursue has something to do with healing the body and the soul. Like, this is like, maybe it's alternative healing practices for you. Maybe it is energy work, whatever it is for you. Definitely pursue it. Now, if you're not familiar, you should definitely book yourself an appointment with an energy healer, because this is something that's going to really help you as you navigate this energy this month. Awesome. Okay. Now, last thing, we're going to pull a blind spot card. This is something that is tripping you up. This is a mindset, a belief, an energy that you're working with that you don't even realize it. And I'm going to say we, because again, I'm a Cancer rising, so this all goes for me as well. Also extremely validating for what I've been going forward on in terms of my own projects this month, with the healing arts, which is so great. And even validating some suspicions that I've had in terms of being deceived. So, and the confusion of leaving things behind. It's so funny how Spirit, shows up with just like, it's as good as them talking directly to me. It's so awesome. So I hope this is as validating for you guys as it is for me, that you are so, so important, and you deserve to be treated with the utmost respect and awe. Okay. This goddess energy, like, nobody messes with a goddess. Nobody doubts a goddess. Like, everybody looks at a goddess and thinks, oh my goodness, he or she, that goddess energy is amazing. Like, there is power, there is confidence, there is just a beautiful grounded energy. Okay, so we are getting sigil number 24, and I'm going to read to you what this is about, which is interesting. I don't know what it's about, but to me, it's got to be something about balance. So let's see. What is something we need to know that is holding us back and keeping us stuck that is going to help us move forward? Okay, so this is about separation. If you've drawn this sigil, you are seeing yourself as separate to others as well as the world around you. You are seeing yourself as different, and you've either forgotten or are denying that the outside is a reflection of the inside and vice versa. You are not seeing that you are a part of the universe and the universe is a part of you. You are not seeing that what is happening in your external world is a reflection of you. You are not seeing that as a fractal of this universe, everything you see in the outer world is also inside you. The mirroring that is inherent in this universe, which is a byproduct of the truth of oneness, is not something you are currently seeing. It makes you more comfortable in this scenario to separate me from them. It makes you more comfortable to play a game of us and them. You need to remember that you are a fractal of the universe itself. Your consciousness is a fractal of united consciousness. And right now, the universe is fragmented, being born relationally dependent into families that socialize us into a society that is not yet fully evolved. That is not yet fully evolved spells trouble. Okay, sorry. That messed me up a little bit. I'm just going to rephrase that so that I explain this right. We are conditioned to believe what our society believes, but yet our society is unevolved. Okay, guys. Basically, we learn that some aspects of ourselves are acceptable and others are not. What is acceptable versus unacceptable depends on the perspective of the family you're born into. The aspects of us, both positive and negative, that are seen as unacceptable are rejected by our family. They're pushed away. And the aspects that are seen as acceptable are not pushed away, they are included. Essentially, we are only shown love in response to things that people around us want to include as parts of themselves and their lives. As children, we're dependent on our family. In the name of survival, each of us tries to gain control over our environment and preserve ourselves by doing anything we can to disown, deny, and suppress those aspects in ourselves that are disapproved of, while exaggerating those that are approved of. What we're really doing is dissociating from what we know is disapproved of. Okay, so here's the general idea of what this sigil is bringing, okay? There are parts of ourselves that we have written off and that we have not acknowledged and that we have dismissed because we at some point have been told that these are the parts of us that, are unacceptable to people, that other people have a problem with, or that maybe our society doesn't like. This could be aspects of our personality. It could be what what our passions are, what our talents are. It could be our physical looks. It could be any aspect of ourself that we might be slightly ashamed of, or maybe very ashamed of, or we really, really dislike. And the thing is, what that does is that really creates a problem inside of our own self. When we don't fully love ourselves and embrace ourselves, we are not whole. There are parts of us that still need to be healed. So I think that what Spirit is saying right now is that there are aspects of us that are being triggered right now that are in need of healing that have to do with our own judgment against ourselves, okay? And I'm wondering if maybe that's why this goddess card is showing up right now. Maybe this is some self-love that we're in need of, okay? Maybe there are aspects of ourselves that we have judged and that we have shamed and that we have not fully embraced. And yet a goddess loves herself, okay? A god loves himself. So this is about self-worth and self-love and embracing all parts of us. And like I said earlier, right, with this reverse justice, what do we need to pay attention to that we've been ignoring? What shadow work do we need to do? This is what we mean by shadow work. It's like, what would we rather ignore? Aspects of our judgments against ourselves, our personality that we, maybe we get mad at ourselves over it, or we think we're not good enough because of it, or we think that, other people won't like us because of this part of ourselves. That is a need of healing for us this month. So we all need to make a pact that we are going to really think about what that means and invite Spirit's wisdom to come into the situation, that while we are, and even think about it, even that right there is the smoke and the mirrors and the tall tale. It's like, what have we been trained to believe is wrong about us? And it's ruled our life. It's influenced our decisions and our relationships and what we pursue versus what we don't pursue. Maybe we've held ourselves back because we have these conditioned beliefs, these past experiences that have told us, well, you're not going to be good at that, or you're not going to be successful, or you're stupid, or you're not pretty enough, or you're not funny enough, or you're whatever, okay? Like there's a million different what not being enoughs that we can think about as humans. Yet these are lies that we've been conditioned to believe. These are lies that we might have conditioned ourselves to believe. Okay, so there's something holding us back, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it isn't a person that's been deceiving us all along. Maybe it's actually been our own belief system that's been messing with our head. And when we get this beautiful aha moment where we're like, wait a second, I don't have to buy into that anymore. I am awesome. I am good enough in every way. I am good enough to do whatever I want to do. Fill in the blank. What do you want to pursue? You are good enough for it. You are a healer if you want to be a healer. You are that thing and that person that you want to be that already exists inside of you, or you wouldn't even want to be it. It wouldn't even be on your radar. So I have a feeling that maybe this work that we have to do this month is really beautiful work that is going to elicit a sense of gorgeous freedom in our life from beliefs that have been holding us back. Remember, this goddess energy, this is about creation. This is like that empress energy. This is the idea of you can create anything you want. Well, what do you want to create about yourself? What is a new mindset, an empowered belief system that you are like, I am ready to see myself differently. I am ready to operate with a different self-awareness code. I am ready to, let go of the parts of me that I've been keeping hidden in the shadow because I think there's something wrong, or that it's not good enough, or that it's weird, or, that something happened during childhood that made me ashamed of it. Like whatever that is, it's time to shine light on it and come into wholeness of every aspect of who you are, whether it is a, personality trait that is embraced, or some personality trait that people think, ooh, that's rough. Like, maybe you're a person that has strong opinions and other people have made you think that your opinions are too much. So you've had to quiet your voice because you don't want to be too much, right? That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about healing the parts of ourselves that actually every aspect of ourself is necessary. And what's interesting also is that if we're being told to pursue this business venture, I'm getting a feeling that there are parts of ourselves that we need to move forward with, that we need to embrace and be like, you know what? That too much that some people think, my voice and my words, that's exactly the strength that I need to pursue the goal that I want to pursue, okay? Starting to understand that there have been lies that you've been living with about yourself that are lies. So you need to do that work to figure out, well, what are these lies? And okay, let's shift them. Let's change them, because I'm at a point now where I'm ready for the next chapter. But that next chapter has to be the upgraded version of me. I have to be operating from a higher perspective. So I am going to welcome in the magic and the insight that spirit wants to bring to really help me see beyond all the limiting beliefs that I've thought about myself this whole time, because that is what is going to awaken my genius in order to create what it is that I want to create, because there's so much more of me yet to be born. And wow, it's going to be an amazing thing, because it's going to not only push us into that next chapter, right? That in between that we're going to get boosted over into that next chapter, but it's going to be like, we're going to look back a year from now and be like, wow, look at how different I am. Look at how different I feel about myself. You're going to walk with more confidence. You're going to speak with more confidence. It's going to open up something inside you like a floodgate that you're going to be like, this is like, I'm so glad that I did this work. I'm so glad that I examined my belief system. And I am so glad that I didn't let any self-doubts hold me back, because they are lies, okay? Anything you think you aren't capable of, or that it isn't for you, it's a lie. It is a tall tale, and you no longer have to keep it with you. Cool reading, Cancers. I like this reading. I hope you liked it too. Please feel free to comment below. I wish you a beautiful rest of your Libra season, and please hit subscribe if you like my readings and be a part of this community. You can also find me on Facebook. I have a group called Soul Strength. And I'm also on Instagram at Soul Strength Tarot. So I wish all of you guys a beautiful rest of your Libra season. Take care.